Welcome to Above and Beyond with Laura Smith, the show that takes you above and beyond with the world's most transformational thinkers, top celebrity psychics, mediums, and astrologers. Call in now for a free reading. 800-848-WABC. That's 800-848-9222. Let's go above and beyond. Here's Laura Smith.
Thank you so much, Jake Hirsch, 77 WABC. Thanks for opening up my show with your golden pipes. If you have a business or a product you'd like to sell a whole lot faster, get Jake Hirsch to voice your machine, your answering machine, or just your commercial, anything, because he makes it sound really good. Does he not? Great to be with you tonight, as always, for our psychic soiree on a summer Sunday night. And I am so grateful to be with you, as always. We are live today, and you can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us all over the planet, and hopefully being videotaped sooner than later. But just so you know, to call in for a reading tonight. Yeah, this is radio and readings that are out of this world on Above and Beyond. 800-848-WABC. 800-848-9222. And I want to thank my brand new sponsors to the program. And I truly would like you to hear what I have to say about them. So not only can you benefit from how wonderful they are, I advertise only things that really have changed my life in very impactful ways. And so I'm so grateful to Aloe Moist, which is the most natural face cream and body cream all in one, and so healthful with so many beautiful ingredients in it that are just what your body and your face needs. I'm grateful to Aloe Moist, and I'm also grateful to Balance of Nature fruits and veggies in a capsule, which I've been talking with Dr. Howard, who formulated this. They were grown from, God, basically, the earth. That's where the fruits and veggies come from. But picking the right ones that put together the right chemistry for your body and taking them every day, which has helped people on so many levels in so many ways. You can only get it here at Balance of Nature like this with the amount of servings that you need to get as an adult. So balanceofnature.com. Either of the products that you buy today, please put my name into the promo code. So Laura for Balance of Nature, and Above for... Laura, excuse me, the other way around. It's Laura for the moisture, the Aloe Moist, and Above for the fruits and veggies in the capsule, Balance of Nature. And I'll say it a couple times so we won't confuse you any more than I'm confused right now. Anyway, so I'm so grateful tonight. I have somebody brand new. Not only, she's not brand new. She looks brand new. She's awfully young and very beautiful. And I feel very happy to be actually introducing her to the world of radio today. She's been doing readings for many years throughout her entire life as a psychic and a medium. She's known as the North Shore Psychic Medium. North Shore, to those of you who probably are from this area, know that that's from this enclave of Long Island that a lot of really special readers have come out of there, and mediums. John Edward, yes. Jeffrey Wands, there's just a lot of Kim Russo, who was here last week. There's something in the water out there on Long Island.
There is.
Mary Drew, welcome to the show. Now speak up really loudly.
You.
There you go. We got you working on
Yes.
all the microphones now. So happy to have you. I love hearing just a very little tidbit about how you knew you were a psychic medium. When did it start for you? A lot of people, it comes later in life. Other people like Thomas John, my dear friend, who's been doing this forever. 3 years old, he remembers giving his parents readings from his dead grandfather. So how about you?
Yes. For me, and I know a lot of people, they are born with this ability. For me, it did begin at the age of 10, so a little bit later than Thomas John. And it was my grandmother who was the first person I saw sitting at the end of my bed. I did see her prior to her passing. So in the moment, I guess, that she was passing is when she appeared to me. And it was a scary yet comforting experience all at the same time. I was only 10, so to understand that ability and even know what that ability is, a psychic or a medium, or understand what spirits are and that they can communicate to us in a level as they do, it was confusing, and I was excited, wanted to share that information, but held back and really kept it a secret for most of my life. And then came out much later to friends and family. So I have been working privately for about 14 years now, doing readings for people, private groups and even events.
And in addition to all of that, so you have 4 kids, which just amazes me because you look like you're 18 years old.
Oh my goodness,
and
thank you.
you have lots of children. And
Yes.
how do they take to mommy being a medium?
They take very well. They do have to put up with a lot, which is lots of what I call bumps in the night, light issues that we do tend to have wherever I go. So no matter where I live, I do affect electronics a lot, and I know that.
It's your fault. No, I'm
It is
just
my
kidding.
fault that we were having a little problem earlier, but no, it's all good. My kids, thank God, are very in tuned and also very well educated to the issue of death, dying, spirits, that activity. Unfortunately, they did lose 2 uncles and did have to deal with that process at a very young age. So the explanation for them was important. Plus, as mommy went out and worked, they need to see what I do and understand what I do, which is great. And they're very supportive of me. I'm very blessed, I have to say. Yeah.
Are you able to, as you're being a mom and, just chaperoning your kids and shepherding them back and forth to soccer games and stuff, are you able to turn it off, or do you sort of keep it going on some level at all times?
I think I keep it going at all times on some level. I do. I do function like a normal mother of 4 who carts her kids everywhere and has no time to herself. But then I do tune in constantly because it's really just so a part of who I am naturally, innately. So it is with me everywhere I go. And there are times, yes, I've had moments where I've asked people, not now. That is my phrase. I'll just say not now. And they know to back off the spirit activity. Just give me a minute to regroup. Mostly because I'm trying to find balance in my personal life, my children, and then in my career.
That's right. So I know you're writing a book now. It's going to come out at the beginning of the year. The words we speak. In reference to what does that mean? The words we speak.
The words we speak. I put a lot of thought into just common everyday thoughts and phrases that people might say, and that got me thinking how that affects our lives, how we react and re-react to situations, and how we add that spirituality back into our life, and then the aspect of me and who I am growing through the book as a psychic and as a medium. So it is going to be a culmination of many stories and my life a little bit, and just how people can look at this book from chapter to chapter and almost take away little mini ideas and theories and messages through each chapter. So they could technically, if they needed to, even skip around throughout the book. But of course, the best way from front to back would be the best way to read it. I'm excited about it. It's the first book that I've written or I'm working on.
Great. Wonderful. And so people can find you and your book eventually in January or so when it comes out on your website, which is marydrew.net. Now, Mary Drew, D-R-E-W. So marydrew.net.
Yes.
Everything's there. And also, if you'd like to arrange to have a private reading with Mary Drew, or a phone reading or a Skype reading, I know you do all of those. Plus, you do a lot of restaurants on Long Island for the people who are in the area, which
for
is
anyone who is in the area of New York, Long Island, they do come out to a lot of restaurant events, which is nice. This Tuesday, in fact, on August 4th, I have an event at Mim's Restaurant, which is in Roslyn. It's a great restaurant. They pack the house, which is beautiful. And I tend to be what they call a gift giver, which means a lot of the events that I go to, I bring gifts to the event that I give out to different people who attend. And those gifts are told to me based on their deceased friends, family members, relatives who asked me earlier in the day to bring something to them. I don't know who I'm bringing it to when I get there.
So that was, speaking of that, look what I have sitting here. When I went to your house for a reading recently, which, by the way, was wonderful.
Thank you.
The thing I do pride myself with this program is I really bring the most gifted people that either are well known in this world of giving readings in the psychic medium realm and intuitives, or people like you who are just extraordinary but have not yet kind of, broken out onto radio. So today, but when I went to your house, you put this in front of me, and I thought it was so sweet because you said it was my grandmother had asked, and I never met my grandmother, but my mother loves birds, and I'm assuming she got it from her mother, and she said she was always whistling like a little bird. There's a blue butterfly on it, which I know is symbolic for you. You said that you were asking your loved one in spirit to show you a blue butterfly today to show you that you would do a good job, and I just pulled this out of my purse to bring this. So there's your blue butterfly, my dear.
That is my sign back to me. So it was a beautiful gesture and moment that came back to me, which
Wonderful.
I love.
Well, she's here. All our loved ones are here for all of us, and we are here for you right now. 800-848-WABC. 800-848-9222 is the number. We are going to go to the phones when we come back from a break. And but first, I just want to tell you real quick about this really special cream right before we go into the break. It's called Aloe Moist, and I found it because I have been searching for something that is healthy for my face for a long time. If you go to the department stores, very often you'll pay $60, $80, sometimes $100 for a little tube of something, and you put it on your face and you go to read the ingredients and you literally cannot read them. They're just too, it's like an encyclopedia. It's ridiculous because they're full of chemicals and fragrances and things that actually burn your face. And I got a really nasty sunburn last week, and I was worried that my face cream might hurt it. But it doesn't, because it's Aloe Moist, and aloe is actually amazing for sunburn. But this is an all-year-round thing. It's not just for sunburn. This is the new cream I found that is just filled with tons of nutrients. It goes all the way down on the deep cellular level to heal yourself and to moisturize. So I'm so grateful to know about Aloe Moist, and I want to share it with you. The amazing thing about it is you can put it on your body and on your face. Even it is so pure that you can even put it around your eyes and it doesn't bother them in the sensitive area like that. So Aloe Moist is the name of it. You can order it at this website. It's called Nature's Tech USA, and tech is like technical, so TECH. Nature'sTechUSA.com. Nature'sTechUSA.com. Please do yourself a favor and get this wonderful, beautiful, natural cream for your face, and also support the people who are supporting Above and Beyond with Laura Smith and Balance of Nature. We'll hear about them and what they have done for me just this past week and do for me every single day, balanceofnature.com. When we come back, your chance to get a reading. That's what we do here. It's called Above and Beyond, because it's radios and readings that are out of this world. I have the wonderful, beautiful Mary Drew here. She's the North Shore Psychic Medium, and you get to ask a question either of the psychic type or of the medium type, because she can do both. She's 2 in 1, 2 for the price of 1. When we come back, 800-848-WABC. Much love. Don't go anywhere. It's a psychic soiree on a Sunday.
For a free on-air reading, call now. 800-848-WABC. That's 800-848-9222. Here's Laura.
Welcome back. It's Above and Beyond with Laura Smith, the show that takes you there with the best psychics, mediums, and intuitives. And Mary Drew is brand new to radio, but not brand new to being able to give beautiful both psychic and medium readings. You can find her. She's here in New York at marydrew.net. That's D-R-E-W, marydrew.net. And you can find out there how to get readings with her over the phone, on Skype, or in person, or to go to her restaurant events in and around the Long Island and New York area. So we're going to go straight to the phones. Thank you all for your beautiful patience. We are brought to you today by Aloe Moist Moisturizer Cream and Balance of Nature, fruits and veggies in a capsule. Okay, Patty, you're number one here. What is your question for Mary Drew? Go ahead. You're on Above and Beyond.
Hi, Mary. I'm calling because I have I feel like my life work balance is kind of out of whack, and intuitively I usually can kind of see, at least feel like something coming my way. Work-wise, things are really good in my life, and I think they're going to continue that way. But personally, I feel like there's just a void, and I'm just wondering if there's some light at the end of the tunnel for me.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Yes, work-wise, I agree. I think that things are right now in control for you, calm. Relationship-wise, it seems like there seems to be a gap right now with family. So are you having a family issue right now?
I am.
Okay, that's where it seems to be leaning towards. So in the aspect of friends, I feel things are also okay, though a few might have pulled away recently, or you are sort of putting up a wall, pulling away because you're not sure what you would like to do in your personal life. But family seems to be the main focus. I do have, just so you know, a grandmother figure for you on mom's side that is coming through.
Grandma.
And she is letting me know that there is a lot of miscommunication that goes on between siblings. Mm-hmm. So where are the two siblings to you, or the two to your side?
No, that's right on the money. I was actually thinking even in terms of like romantic life towards the future.
Oh, yeah.
But yes, I do have an issue with a sibling right now that I know will be resolved, and it is completely, you're right, it's an absolute miscommunication.
Yeah, it really is a miscommunication. So in that aspect, I feel like it's your choice and the choice that you put forward that makes that change. Presently, what you're doing that affects your future outcome. Relationship-wise, there's been a lot of on and off, Grandma is telling me, with one person. And there seems to be large gaps of time that you go on and off with this one person.
No, that doesn't feel right now.
Who is that? Who's the short T name male? Because Grandma keeps saying, short T, like Tom, Tim. Because Grandma keeps bringing up the fact that there's been someone in and out of your life, and then you keep adjusting back to the same ideas in the same ways. And she wants you to break that cycle. That's what she's telling me.
I can't think of anyone because there's been no one for years, so I can't think of anyone.
There must be a short T because she keeps bringing up T, but we can see. We'll see what else she says. And she does say that you do have a lot of contact and a lot of connections with relationships and friendships, but you always keep them there. You never break them further in. And that's why there isn't so much of a togetherness or a bond that you're creating with someone, more of on a spiritual level, but also on a romantic level. So that is something that you need to break free of. I think you're sort of clogged up, which is interesting that she's showing it to me this way. But it feels like you're clogged up with the fact that you don't even know what it is you're really looking for.
That's possible. That's really possible.
And that is very possible because many of us, we think we know what we want and we think we're putting through great effort. And then we realize, you know what, I'm not even sure what it is that I'm truly looking for. And I think
I'm still like trying to the T. I can't figure out what that would be.
Yeah, there's a male that.
Well,
has
you
come
said a
in
short
and out.
name, so
Yeah,
maybe it's not necessarily
name.
T, but it's a short name.
Yeah.
So right before we let Patty go, do you see her finding
I
love?
actually do. I see her finally stepping out, which is nice, right around November 1st, around that time, too. Grandma keeps saying that's a really important time for her because November is a big month in her.
It was the month that my grandmother died.
That's probably why she picks November. So I think that just stay positive and put that good vibe out there and that good, aura about yourself, and it will unfold for you.
Thank you, Mary. I really appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Thank you for starting off above and beyond, Patty. So appreciate that. Okay, let's go to Paul in Manhattan. Hey, Paul, you're on Above and Beyond.
Hi, how are you?
Good. What is your question for Mary Drew?
My question is, I'm involved in a financial situation overseas in a probate situation. I was wondering how it was going to work out. There are family members involved, and is it going to get out of hand?
Well, I already think, Paul, it is out of hand. I think there are way too many hands in the pot at this point, and that is why you see that it's taking so long and it hasn't really resolved itself. What's interesting, your hand is not in the pot enough. So you have sort of taken a back seat for everyone else in the family to step forward and gather up information. What is it that you feel you need to do to step forward and make it happen?
Oh, we're having trouble hearing you, Paul. Paul, talk directly into your...
Yes, they let me know a year after the person died about the death, and they did nothing for a year. Now that they're trying to control the probate and the situation, but I feel I have to put my foot down about this.
Yes.
Demand action.
I think you do need to put your foot down and demand action, and I think that should have happened really about 3 months back, that far back, that's really the time you should have put your foot down, but it's never too late to start that cycle. So,
I only became aware of this about 45 days ago.
Okay.
And they could have completely cut me out of this, but they didn't.
All right,
No,
so
they
Paul,
didn't.
let her tell you now. We're going to bring you down, but she's going to finish her answer to you,
Yes.
what you need to do.
I think what you need to do now is step forward. There's a lot of phone calls that need to be made, and they need to be made by September because it seems like time has run out, and there are certain people that are starting to create new paperwork on this same topic that you're talking about. So money might be slipping away out of the pot, and you don't even realize that it's going.
Paul, thank you, honey, and good luck with that.
Yeah,
thank you
good
so
luck,
much
Paul.
for calling. My guest is Mary Drew. She's the North Shore psychic medium. She does both psychic and medium. So if you have either or preference, by all means, make that known when you call 800-848-WABC, 800-848-9222. Back to the phones. Mary, you're on with Mary Drew and me.
Hi, Mary. Thank you very much for taking my call. I appreciate it very much. I'm concerned about moving, and I was wondering if you see any move for me in the near future or any serious relationship in the near future.
I think you were thinking of moving, but what's interesting is, did you start to do online research and do moving, I guess you'd say, looking at moving towards the south? Because I'm getting taken from a father figure for you that's crossed over all the way south, right around that, North, South Carolina area. So what were you looking at more south and away from New York?
California, which would be Southern California.
Okay, Southern California. Okay. And your father is deceased, correct?
Yes.
Okay, because he's a very strong, loud personality that I get right now talking to me, so I just want to let you know that. And he also said that you had decided about a year ago that you were going to move, and then you held off.
Yes, I did.
And that was actually a really good time, but the time isn't lost, thank God. He does want you to consider moving because it is in the best interest, really, of your health, which is interesting, and not so much for a relationship prospect or family connection. It's really going to make you feel better. He said lately he sees you being extremely achy inwardly, very tired, almost like musculoskeletal-like problems building, and that's why he wants to move you south where it's warmer.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mary. Good.
Oh, okay, and I just wanted to know, do you know when this would occur? Because I put off a move because the place where I was supposed to move, it was undesirable at the time.
Okay.
And I'm still waiting on that to come up.
And your dad is showing me January. So I just want you to know that January is probably the time that you will consider moving or things will get together.
Mary, thank you so much for your call. And how are you doing, Mary?
I'm good.
You're all right? Okay, We're just going to keep on it
Yeah,
going.
keep rolling.
Call us up to get a reading today, psychic or medium, both with Mary Drew today. 800-848-WABC, 800-848-9222. Joyce in Brooklyn, go ahead. You're on with Mary.
Hi, Laura, Mary.
Hi.
In a very short period of time, we have lost 3 of our very close friends. And I would like to know if any of them have any messages for either me, Paula, or Joanne.
Yes, I do have a B name female, just so you know, coming through right away, just when you started to mention friends. So there is either a Barbara or a Betty name person coming through. Is it 2 females and a male that have crossed over recently?
3 females.
Oh, 3 females. Okay.
And Barbara is 1.
Okay. She's what I call my loud one right now, which is why I'm speaking with her. Not that the others won't step forward. They will. They are doing great, by the way. So you do need to know that it seems like a lot of friends are holding each other up in this situation and wanting to keep everyone afloat in the grieving process. But this is what I call the fluke of 3, which means you know how things can sometimes go in waves and you'll say, oh, I've heard about someone passing and then 2 more. Barbara is telling me that we've ended that cycle. So the group or the friends are starting to get nervous, like, am I next? Am I next? And she said, no one's next. So I just want you to know that to start. There also is a Laura or a Lisa that's also coming through with her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's her sister to her side, but there is a female with her that's crossed over.
Uh-huh.
And did you ask last night by any chance for her to talk first?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I any of them.
Okay, because
or all of them if they could.
Yeah. Oh, and yes, they will all come in together eventually, she said. But the B name female, the Barbara, is so strong that she said, I feel like you guys want to hear from me first because I was always the loudest one and I was the party one of the group. I'm the loud, funny one. So that is probably why she's jumping in first. But she definitely has the other 2 that are crossed over with her, as well as some family members and a mother for you that's crossed over.
Yes.
Yeah, so she definitely has your mom and wanted to bring your mom forward. That's really important to know. Don't get nervous, she said tonight. If she plays a little bit in the house, she said she was tweaking with a light in your kitchen.
Ah.
Yeah, so you might have a little light issue in the kitchen, just so you know.
Joyce, thank you so much. I'm happy you heard from your friends. Friends forever. Friends here and friends there as they go on. Suzanne in Bristol, Connecticut. Thanks. You're on Above and Beyond with Laura Smith and with the wonderful Mary Drew. Go ahead. What's your question?
Hi, Laura. Hi, Mary.
Hi.
I'm a little lost right now. My husband is divorcing me after 30 years, and I had no plan B.
Okay.
So I wanted to know where I was going to be living and what am I going to be doing for a living.
Okay, for a living situation and where you're going to be living, I actually don't see you leaving right now. I don't see you moving, but the strange thing about the divorce that you brought up and mentioned, I don't see him wanting to move as well. So there seems to be a battle of common ground, who gets to stay, who gets to go, and I feel like both of you want to stay.
We own 2 homes. He wants to stay in the Florida home, and I'm here in Connecticut.
And you're here, okay.
I can't. I didn't.
I honestly don't think you're going to hold on to the Florida home. I think the Florida home is the first one to go. It definitely seems like that is an issue financially for him to maintain. He's also, just so you know this and understand that divorce is a very big process of grieving as well. It's like losing a family member to death, except that you're grieving the living. So you are going to go through a very difficult process with that. But the nice thing about it is you cycle very well, which is interesting, right around the holidays. And I feel like there's a group of women behind you that seem to be rallying up, the way sisters rally together or the way family members rally together. So you're not going to be left alone in this situation or in this divorce. That's important to know. I think you should stay still, but I do think you need to think about your career now and money situation and where you're going to bring that forth. You used to, which is so interesting, do something that was with writing a long, long time ago. And I have a female that's coming through telling me that. Who's Mary, by the way, that's crossed over?
Mary.
For you.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
On mom's side of the family. Go to mom's side.
Mom.
There's a Margaret or a Mary, M-A-R. It'll come to you.
Nobody I know. That I can think of right now. That not in recent or.
No, it's not a recent passing. This feels like it's been gone for a while, and it's on mom's side of the family. So I just want to let you know that you definitely have people watching over you and guiding over you, especially the many females that have crossed over in the family, because it tends to be a lot on mom's side.
Yeah, most of all my relatives are dead except for my mother and one uncle that left.
Yeah. All right, my dear. Well, thank you so much, and good luck with that. Thank you. Wow, you're good. You're fast.
Thanks. I'm sorry. Am I talking too fast? I don't know.
No, not at all. Not at all whatsoever. Thank you. My guest is Mary Drew. She's the North Shore Psychic Medium. But you can find her no matter where you live in the country by going to her website, which is marydrew.net, marydrew.net, and Drew is D-R-E-W, marydrew.net. Don't put .com in there, put .net. And you can find out where she's going to be giving some of her group readings at the you said MIMS in Roslyn. Roslyn is beautiful. I love it there.
It is.
And other places as well, all on her website. So we'll do that. And we got some feedback going on over there. Yeah. I thought I heard myself talking, but I'm like, but I am talking. Anyway, when we come back, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Balance of Nature, the fruits and veggies in a capsule, and then we're going directly back to your phone calls because this is Above and Beyond with Laura Smith, a psychic soiree on a Sunday night. So good to have you. Call us up, 800-848. WABC 800-848-9222. Get your either a psychic reading or a mediumship reading, or as what Mary Drew is doing right now, she's kind of blending a little bit of both of them at the time. Exactly. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Thanks so much.
You're listening to Above and Beyond. Now back to Laura.
Great to be with you tonight. Psychic soiree on the radio. You get readings for free. Where can you get anything for free these days? Do call us up, 800-848-WABC. My guest is the beautiful, the wonderful, the young and lovely mom of four, Mary Drew. She's the North Shore Psychic Medium. She does psychic and mediumship readings, and sometimes she blends them all in there, as we were saying on the commercial break right now. Yep. A lot of times she gets her information from the ones who have crossed over. So that's good. But very quickly, I just want to tell you about the balance of nature that you were just hearing about. In fact, Mary Drew was asking me about it here because Curtis and I were talking about it on the commercial. It was really amazing. I actually started taking it 3 years ago, but there are so many different benefits because Mary was saying, like, what's in it? And I said, just food. She goes, well, can you take too many of them or overdose on them? I'm like, absolutely not. You cannot overdose on fruits and vegetables. In fact, the real deal is that Americans do not get enough. Nobody gets enough. You're supposed to have like 11 servings of the fruits and vegetables every day. So when you get balanceofnature.com, all you're getting is 99.9% of it's basically 100% of the nutrients you would if you ate raw vegetables, but in 11 servings of it, which we never get. So I'll tell you what, it is such a blessing. I was getting sick last week because everybody at the radio station was sick. We were all passing it around. You won't get it. You won't get it. But I'm telling you, everybody had it. Flirty Flipper had it. Then she gave it to Curtis. And then Curtis gave it to Kubi. And none of this is nobody's kissing anybody. But when you work in a radio station, everyone's talking on these darn microphones. And I started to get it. And boy, oh boy, I started upping my dosage of Balance of Nature fruits and veggies. I was starting to take like 12 and then 15 and a day of each of them. And what I did was I nipped it in the bud. It never got as bad as it could have been. I was able to function. I was able to go to work. I did not get thrown into bed like I would when I normally get super sick. And that's because of the fruits and veggies in a capsule. And it really has changed my life. My whole family's on it now. That's how important it has become. So go to balanceofnature.com to order yours and get onto the path of this. And it not only helps, like Curtis said, his blood pressure, but me, it helped abate my flu symptoms this week. It's just such a blessing. So balanceofnature.com, and please put the word above in the promo code to get special discounts for listening tonight. The word above, because this is Above and Beyond with Laura Smith, and we're taking your phone calls. And we are going right back to the phones with the wonderful, wonderful Mary Drew. So let's go to Leah in Lakewood, New Jersey. Leah is my kitty cat's name. So how are you today? What's your question?
Thank you very much for taking my call, Mary. I was very pleased to hear your voice. Several years ago, I had a very big financial loss, over $1 million, and it's in a judgment at this point in time. And last year, my sister passed away, and leaving a two-family home, but in very, very poor condition because she wasn't well. Now I'm deciding whether I should go up there and then pick the investment and put the money into the building. It's a beautiful neighborhood. But I'm debating whether I should go up there or not and move into part of the house or fix the house up and sell it. I'm not, at this point, I'm in a quandary. And if I do move there, when will I move there? If not, where will I move to?
Okay. There's about 400 questions in that one.
That is a
big one.
Great question. I love it. I actually don't see you moving there. I don't see you taking over the residence of that two-family house, not because of the poor condition of the house, but more or less because of the area that it's in. And it seems that lately people are almost protesting against the two-family homes there. It seems like it's become a hindrance to a lot of people. So it might be something that you would want to consider getting rid of, selling off, not taking on that burden now. And I definitely think that, yes, moving would be a great idea for you, not staying where you are right now, because really, it's funny. Where you're staying now is probably equal to that two-family house that you're talking about. It needs work, and it's too much work for you to put in at this point.
Okay. Thank you so much, Leah. Thank you for
Leah.
calling.
Good luck.
All right. Cheryl in Union, New Jersey. You're on Above and Beyond with Laura Smith and Mary Drew.
Hi, Mary. Hi, Laura.
Hi.
I'm in a very severe, overwhelming, devastating financial situation, and I was wondering if there's any hope for me.
Okay, yes, there is always help. And where the help comes is out of your own voice and asking. Because in the end, you're asking for the people in your life who are living and the people in your life who have passed on to give you a little guidance. I actually have a mother and a grandmother figure for you coming through very strong. So your mother is passed?
Yes.
Okay. Mom said that the financial crisis for you, it actually does come to an end, and you're so on the what I call verge of it turning over, which is really the end of August, beginning of September, when someone steps in, which is such an unlikely person, not even a family member, not even what I call a friend, more of an acquaintance that steps in to help you. So it's very interesting, and I really want you to look for someone with the John name, because that is the name that's coming forth that your mom's passing over. So it will get better. Things are going to be okay.
A John name, did you say?
Yeah, a John. Your mom said, make sure to mention John.
All right, Cheryl, we wish you the absolute best with that. And for anybody, obviously, these are short readings here on the radio, but it is so worth it having an in-person reading, even if it's on the phone or by Skype with Mary. She is truly one of the most angelic, purest, really guidance counselors of the most highest spiritual kind. She is so loving, and I cannot tell you how many things she got accurate when she was reading me, and it just made, and not only that, but she has such a healing energy around her. She's quite angelic. So I highly recommend getting a reading with her, a long one, just for yourself. Go to marydrew.net, marydrew.net to find her phone number and all her, I'll even give her email address at the end of the phone or end of the show. Let's go to Libby in Queens. Hi, Libby.
How are you?
Hi, darling. What's your question for Mary Drew?
Well, what I was concerned about is that I just wanted to know if I'm going to be just by myself all the time, because some men that are around me, if they're actually serious, or is this like kind of a game for them?
It's always a game, I guess, in the aspect of love, because people do come in and out of your life. What's interesting is there's only two that seem to be what I call fighting for your attention. So there does seem to be two men right now that are serious about you and do want to take forth a relationship, but it's you, the one who actually has to pick. So you are kind of sandwiched between two people.
Well, I have no idea which two people, because one was very distant from me, and one seems to be there, but he seems to be, I don't know if I could say flaky.
There's an A name attached to one of the males that I'm being shown. So there's like an Anthony, but he might shorten it and go to Tony. Who is that? Who is that you've been speaking with? Who's the A name male?
I don't have any A. I just have...
And a Robert, by the way, too. There's a Robert or a Richard, too. Those might be the two you end up battling between then.
I don't know anybody by those names. I only know like a Steve, I know a Doug, and I know a Clint, but not...
And all three, which is interesting, my guy just stepped in and went, nope, nope, and nope. So all three are not the ones who are the serious ones. So those three are actually going to take a back seat to this relationship, and you're going to step out again once looking again. So it is something that you do need to focus on and really kind of decide what it is that you want, because a lot of the men seem to be wordy with you, not nice with their words.
All right. Yeah. Find somebody who's nice to you, Libby.
Yeah.
Amanda in Queens, what is your question for Mary Drew? Go ahead.
Oh, hello. Thank you for taking my call. I lost my mother about 10 years ago. I'd like to know if there are any messages from her.
I actually am channeling, which is great when you were talking, a mother, but I'm also channeling a sister with the mother.
No sister.
But the sister isn't your mom's sister. So wait.
Wait, did you say, what did you say?
I have a mother and a sister that's coming in together.
Oh, well, my mother has a sister, and they're both up there.
Yes. So it wasn't your sister. That's why I was going to say, wait, okay. Don't think I'm talking about your sister. God forbid, no. But it is a mother figure that's coming through, and the sister with her, which then is your aunt, obviously. And they are very happy, energetic energies that are coming through. So they are doing quite great. There is a cancer issue or a cancer-like situation that mom keeps bringing up, and it's not for you, so do not get nervous. It actually has to do with the passing of the women in the family. So what happened in the breast or the chest area?
Well, I don't have any family. I don't have any other female in my family. But my mother is doing well, and she is with her sister. That's good.
They're together. They seem very actually excited and happy, which is funny.
But no messages for me?
You know, they think that for you, I want you to really focus on your health, because mom thinks that lately you've been ignoring that. And that's kind of been slipping. So that's where I would focus on what mom's main message would be to you, and especially in the stomach. Are you having like a reflux or a GERD-like stomach condition?
Not in my stomach, but I'm having trouble with my knees, maybe.
Okay. I would, yes, focus on the stomach, mom says. That seems to be building.
Okay, thank you so much, Amanda. This is Above and Beyond with Laura Smith. Marilyn from Brooklyn, go ahead. What is your question?
Hi, I'd just like to know if there are any messages from any family or friends.
I actually have a father figure that's stepping forward. So there is a father that's crossed over. Father and father-in-law can be the same level for me, just so you know. There is a John or a Joe that's crossed over that's with the father figure. And is your father passed?
Yes, he has.
Okay. Do you know who the John or Joe that might be with him? Because he's pretty loud and he's playing music for you right now, which is, he's actually acting more like a father as well. So it feels like there's two fathers stepping forward for me.
John or Joe?
Yeah, there's a John or a Joe name male that's crossed over. And also with that, but that's not your father. That's the male that's with him. So keep that in mind. And he's very close into watching what you've been doing lately, which I find kind of interesting about work. Because work seems to have just subsided. It's as if something just ended. So did you just end a position?
No.
What is the end of work for you? Or what do you do where it's ending? Because Dad keeps saying, why are you stopping? Why do you think you're slowing down?
I have to think about it.
Yeah. Think about the slowdown because he's a little concerned for you, actually, and why you're kind of getting quiet in life and pulling back. It's almost as if everyone's being moved out, and then you're just going in and resorting into your own little cave. Mm-hmm. And he just wanted to know why that was.
Okay, thank you so much, Marilyn. And Joan, real quick before we go to a break, what is your question for Mary Drew?
Yes, hello. I would like to know if I have any message from either my mother or my daughter who had passed.
You know, I have a daughter that is coming through, but she's not coming through with your mom, just so you know. This passing has been for a while now. So the daughter for you that's crossed over, she keeps taking me onto a calendar, and she said, let me talk about June. So what is the month of June in reference to your mom or your daughter?
Well, my daughter passed in July, actually.
Okay. Is there 11th attached to it? Because they keep going to June 11th.
No.
All right. There's something about the number 11. So the 11th for me can be the 11th month, November, or the 11th of any month. So there is a big reference to that. And the passing of your daughter seems very sudden and very strange, as if she was ill with something, starts to get better, and then all of a sudden it feels like fluid and almost septic, like I'm filling up with fluid in my body. Who is that, mom or daughter?
Maybe my mother.
Okay. So it might be your mom that's stepping in with her then. Yeah. There's a double L name, too. There's someone that goes by Ellen, Helen. There's like a double L with this.
A double L?
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
The way you'd have like Lily, Ellen, Helen. There's a double L in the name. And daughter, too. See, same with your daughter. She's also talking about filling up with some kind of almost congestion or in the chest. What is that?
I don't know of my daughter having any congestion.
It feels like fluid. It almost feels like septic.
No, I don't really know of anything like that with my daughter.
Okay. It might be.
I have my microphone off.
Oh,
sorry about that. Yeah. No, that's okay.
Okay.
That's all right. Well, maybe it's not for her. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It really felt like it's strong for her, too, which is interesting.
All right. Well, sorry about that, Joan. Yeah, we're going to take a quick break. I didn't realize what time it was. We are way over, so we are going to go into a break, and we're going to come back for what we do is our drive-by readings, which is kind of a quicker round of that. And we're being brought to you today by Aloe Moist Cream, which you can find at naturestechusa.com. Aloe Moist Cream for your face and your body. Nothing but natural ingredients. Absolutely wonderful stuff. And if you look at the video, which is actually on going to be on YouTube, we're actually finally streaming live. And I don't say finally, but we figured this out here. We are streaming live, and I'll tell you where you can watch the last 10 minutes if you'd like to take a look here at WABC Radio. And also Balance of Nature, fruits and veggies in a capsule. Go to balanceofnature.com. Make sure you put the word above into the promo code and the word Laura into the promo code for the Aloe Moist Moisturizer. We'll be right back after this. More of your calls and questions. Don't go away.
You're listening to Above and Beyond. Now, back to Laura.
77 WABC. Welcome back. It's Above and Beyond with Laura Smith, the show that takes you there. Psychics, mediums, and intuitives. And we're brought to you today by Aloe Moist. You can find at naturestechusa.com. Aloe Moist, which saved my sunburned face and is really It's like vitamins in a jar. I absolutely love it. I'm so grateful for it. Aloe Moist is the cream, and natureschecusa.com is where you can order it. natureschecusa.com. Also, Balance of Nature, balanceofnature.com. The fruits and veggies in a capsule. 31 of them, if you put them together, that's how many Dr. Howard formulated in Balance of Nature to get you exactly the level of nutrition and healthy chemistry going within your body, which I did this last week to knock out that awful summer cold/flu thing that was going around the radio station. I'm so grateful for my Balance of Nature. Back to the phones. This is the part of the program where we try to get as many in as we possibly can. So we go very quickly. One question from Mary Drew. Liz, go ahead.
My boyfriend had a very traumatic experience at his last job, and he's been finding it really tough to get back to the workforce, and it's at the point where it's affecting our relationship. So I'm just wondering, if you see him finding his way anytime soon.
I actually see a lot of anxiety around him right now, almost like a post-traumatic stress type of scenario. So when he was doing the job, did he actually take a very close call in that job?
Did he take a what?
Like a close call. Like, did he have almost an injury with that job? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he had injury, yeah.
Yeah. It feels like he's so nervous to step back out, but tell him just let go of the fear, because that instant happened and it's gone now. So he's going to move forward, and he is going to find a job. So I want him to really look, especially beginning of October is a huge month for him. October is a big month. So focus on the job hunt there.
Liz, thank you so much, and good luck to him on that. Marie in Lindenhurst, New Jersey, go ahead.
Yes, hi. I have I guess my question is, I've been going through a really rough patch of bad luck, and that's basically what it is. It's just been one thing after another, and I just want to know when it's going to break and if it's going to break.
I think, yes, the luck is going to break, but break for the better for you. I think that it's really not bad luck so much as the perception that you might be having right now towards all these things that are happening. So I do want you to kind of change the attitude and the outlook that you have, because it does seem that you immediately go to the glass is half empty feeling. And I really want you to look at each one is teaching you a lesson, and each one is bringing you to that next step and that next better scenario. So really just focus on the good things that are around you, because you do have a lot of good things. So,
yeah, but it doesn't break. Every time I turn around, then something boom in my face.
Yeah.
It gets worse and worse, and when is it going to break? It's so bad.
And I really do think that it's actually going to break within the next week and a half to 2 weeks. So it's funny that you're calling about this, because it really is so close.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Good luck. Debbie in Belrose, go ahead.
Hi. I'm wondering, my parents passed over, and I'm wondering if they're visiting me, if they have any messages for me.
I'm very sorry. Your parents, yes, they do come in your home a lot, so that's important to know. Especially the father figure, who seems to be the dominant one that I am getting stepping forward. You know that he's there because he said, you see me a lot. So you do see what I call drive-bys, which is funny that Laura mentioned that earlier about readings. You tend to see a lot of shadow movement past you, peripheral vision. So I do want you to pay attention to that, and I wanted to pay attention to what goes on right by the front door. Okay, it's like a ring and run. Your parents are definitely being invited in by you stepping and opening the door and letting them in. So I definitely have the two parents coming through. Mom's a little more quiet, though.
Mom's a little more quiet. Renee, real quick, go ahead.
My husband passed many years ago, and I was wondering if there's any significant partner in the future for me.
You know, your husband was such a significant, what I call romantic piece, which is beautiful that you had that experience already. And he said already, as he just stepped in and said, I knew that I was going to send you that next person. You asked me many times, but what I don't want you to do is look for me in other people, because you've been doing that a lot. You keep wanting to size everyone up to him. And he seems like a very happy person. So just so you know, he's very content with his crossover, but there's a heart-related issue around that. So yes, romance will be sent by him and sent to you very soon, he said.
And that happens a lot. Renee, much love to you, dear. Joanne, very quickly.
Hi, Laura. I love your show.
Thank you, dear.
I'm devastated over the loss of my best friend, and I just want to know if there's any messages for me or her daughter.
She hasn't even come through yet, which is interesting, which means she's still in the transition, because she said it's not been very long since my passing. So this must be a more recent passing, but she will send signs and symbols. And one of the big ones that I am seeing right now is the white butterfly. So I want you to pay attention to what looks like the symbol for the white butterfly, especially attached to her daughter.
Okay, Joanne, I'm sorry. That's all we have time for. And I hate when we get to the end of the program and there's people lingering on the line. I always feel so bad about that. But all it means is that there's more to come every Sunday night at 7 p.m. here on Above and Beyond with Laura Smith. But you can always take your readings further by getting an in-person reading. And Mary Drew is somebody who's available. She's reasonable and she's wonderful. So if you go to marydrew.net, and Drew is D-R-E-W, marydrew.net, you'll find out all her information there. Plus, she's going to be in Roslyn, Long Island at Mims, the restaurant, on August 4th, which is just, in 2 days?
2 days.
Which is a great way to see her in a group setting. And, wow, what else? And you've got a book coming out in January. But when that comes out, you'll come back then and we'll talk about the book. But, Mary, thank you so much for offering your beautiful gift today of readings and of just the love that you do. And when you do read, I'm not sure I've ever met anyone that gives it with the level of pure love that you do. You're an angel. You're an angel on earth. And wonderful, beautiful lady. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
marydrew.net is her website to get in touch with her personally so you can have your own reading. This is Above and Beyond with Laura Smith. If you go to YouTube, you're going to see it up there. By putting in Above and Beyond with Laura Smith at YouTube, you get to see the show. You get to see Mary in person, and me too, and my products, Aloe Moist and Balance of Nature, who I'm so grateful for. They're sponsoring this show so that you get an opportunity to hear this kind of programming and also get free readings every Sunday at 7. So go to YouTube, go to Facebook, and like us at Above and Beyond with Laura Smith, and just really have the most beautiful week. Thank you again to Aloe Moist and Balance of Nature. God bless you all. I love you. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening and your week.